"Lola, can I talk to you a sec?" I asked. "Sure." She crossed her arms and watched me expectantly. "Right. Well, the thing is, you said my story about the planters would run on page 3. "I did." I waited, thinking she might realize her own mistake, maybe apologize, maybe explain. She stared at me. "Okay," I said, wanting to scream, but miraculously keeping my tone even and professional. "You buried it on page 11. "I know." I took pride in the smile I was able to paste on my face. "Why?" She sat on the stool next to the whiteboard. "Mac, I gave you an assignment, not a promise. Your story was stale." "Stale?" "At best." I held still, mostly so I wouldn't launch myself at Lola. It was a story about new planters in front of the school, not the kind of material that's going to win anyone a Pulitzer. Dallas Cleveland had scored an assignment to cover a major citywide march planned by students at our school to protest gun violence. His story had been picked up by other high school newspapers across the country, a few major markets, too. And I'd been assigned marble planters. "They were donated by the widow of one of this school's most beloved teachers," Lola argued. "Who taught here like 20 years ago. Nobody cares about that." "Really?" She crossed her arms. "What about Mrs. Graham?" Mrs. Graham was our journalism teacher. Everyone loved and respected her, most especially me. "What about her?" "She was a student at Homer when Mr. Sandoval taught here." Did not know that. "So were like 4 other current teachers. Did you even think of interviewing them to get the personal side of Mr. Sandoval's life? Or Mrs. Sandoval's loss?" "No." "No," Lola said, echoing the pitiful voice in my head. She laughed like nothing was funny. "That's the thing. It's like you're waiting for this perfect story idea to come along. That doesn't exist." I disagreed. Some stories wrote themselves. They had intrigue, excitement, and the perfect blend of sources. Their words transformed into action on the page. People read them and shared them and loved them. Other stories were about marble planters. But my assignments could be a little better, don't you think? I think that you, as a writer, need to make the best story out of every assignment you get. "I do." Her raised eyebrow reflected my own skepticism. The truth was, I'd hated the assignment and rushed through the story as quickly as I could. It could have been better. Maybe. Probably. Lola checked her watch and packed up her books. "You want better stories, but you haven't shown me you're worthy of them." "I'm a junior, Lola. I've been on this staff for more than 2 years."